Hello and welcome to another episode and another day where we have extraordinary conversations with extraordinary people. Today's guest is a very extraordinary person because what he has done since the day he was born up until today is actually quite an interesting lifestyle. But before we get to that, remember I told you we are at Silver Springs, that is MGM Muthu Hotels. This is one of their most amazing properties. It's more or less like 5 minutes from the CBD. I mean, when you're opposite Nairobi Hospital, you can literally walk from the CBD to this place and enjoy yourself. And like I've been telling you before, on weekends, that is Saturday and Sunday, they have amazing deals. For only 3,000 shillings, you can get to enjoy this facility. From the swimming pool to the lounge areas, you can have any drink of your choice, bottomless. You can have any meal of your choice, bottomless, from morning all the way till evening. But don't take my word for it. Just come here and find out for yourselves. And of course, my amazing team behind the camera is Roll and Take. If you have a podcast, if you have a production, whether it's a wedding, a conference, whatever it is, hata kama mko na tu ka session kwa nyumba yenu tu wewe na bibi yako and you'd like them to record, please call them on the numbers on your screen and they'll definitely take care of you. All right, so back to my guest. This gentleman is a radio presenter, has been in the game for how long now, Brian?
15 years.
15 years. Brian Oduor is the guy I'm talking about.
Yes.
Buda. Habari ya masiku?
Mzuri bana.
Umepotea sana.
Wewe ndio umepotea.
Wewe ndio umepotea.
Sasa umenileta Silver Springs.
Imagine this guy. I called you the other day, like a week ago.
Yeah.
Nikapatwa kwa mteja. Na hizo namba zingine zilienda wapi?
See, you change friends, you change circles, you move.
You make friends, you change circles.
That's the cycle of life. You have to move all the time.
Yeah. Wow. But good stuff. Now you're back on radio.
Yeah.
You're at Spice FM.
At Spice FM. Yeah.
How is things at Spice?
Standard Group is a really nice place. Mm-hmm. They accepted me the way I am.
Yeah.
Basically, radio is radio at Spice.
Right.
And there's still more to come.
Let's talk about them accepting you for who you are.
Yeah.
Kwani who is Brian Oduor?
Brian Oduor is a father.
Yeah.
He's an
Lakini budo umezalisha wasichana in Nairobi.
Hapana bana. Utaharibu.
Oh, niache kuchoma. Okay, rewind selector. Yeah, I mean you're now a father of 4.
I'm a father of 4.
Wow, congrats, bro.
Yeah.
The last time I checked, manze, when we used to be buddies,
yeah.
BFFs,
buda
nilikuwa na mtoto mmoja.
What do you mean we used to be buddies? We've always been buddies.
I'm saying when we used to be regular buddies.
Yes.
We were still buddies.
Yes.
But when we were regular buddies.
Yes.
You had one child, one very beautiful, I think it was a girl, right?
Yes.
Nilikuja mpaka rorasho yako.
Yes.
Huko mahali kwa mabush, huko karibu na Isinya mahali na huko.
Yes.
Yeah, we had fun times.
Yes.
So now uliongeza wengine watatu after it.
Exactly. Yeah. So now I have 3 other boys.
Yes.
Yeah. So my
3
boys. Back to back. Wamechana na mwaka moja.
Unajua hiyo ni mahari inakaje nyota have kulipa. I don't know how it is in your culture, but in our culture, you have to pay the first dowry for your child.
Yes.
So for example, now that you have 3 boys, for their first wife each, unalipa mahari kama baba yao.
Have you ever been told the fact that Luo men are sperm donors?
I mean,
leave it there.
It's a fact.
Yes. Yeah, tutailipia tukienda mbinguni. Si hapa. We will pay for it.
Yeah. But good stuff. So 4 kids.
Yeah.
How is that, by the way?
Being a father is quite...
Kelele yote kwa nyumba bana.
Imagine it's the most exciting thing these days for me because I come from a past of substance abuse, and coming to realize that there's more to life than substance abuse is the best thing that's ever happened to me. Like, I look forward to go home to my kids.
Yeah.
Like, I always want my show to end so that I go and spend time with these guys.
Yes.
Because I realized if you don't peg something to look forward to every day, there's nothing you're doing.
Right.
When,
because I've worked with you on how many companies now? I think 3. About 2. Let's focus on the 2 that I know.
Yes.
We worked together at Urban Radio.
Yes.
No, wait. There's a time we used to work for Kajairo.
Yeah. Wow. Hata usinikumbushe. When we did something called the Kajairo musical.
What
happened to that guy?
Kajairo yuko bado.
Okay.
Ni venye tu siku hizi aliingia, amekuwa more of a business person.
Okay.
Yeah, he's no longer an entertainer. But once now, I think he did a song. The last song he did was a song for the late Njambi.
Oh, okay.
When she died, Njambi Fire Mama.
Yeah.
I think alifanya kaparodi hapo hivyo. Yeah, that's the last production of his that I know.
You actually do realize that is 17 years ago.
Yeah, no, that was
2008.
That's 17 years ago.
Yes. We retire bana. We retire.
Tuende nyumbani.
Yeah.
So we work together at Urban Radio.
Yes.
That's in Kisumu.
Yes.
We used to have fun times.
Yeah.
I never saw you struggle with any substance. I mean, we used to have the occasional, Tusker or, whiskey, single malt.
The social drinking.
Yeah, I never saw you struggling
Now,
with
you
substance.
See, the thing about using hard drugs, you don't do it publicly. I was probably doing it, but you didn't know I was doing it. Right?
You did hard drugs?
Oh, badly.
Mimi nilikuwa unasema ati ulikuwa unalemewa na pombe.
Hapana. But mine was over the edge. So I was cocaine, heroin, just some experimental drugs. I think I'm one of the first people to try Molly in this Nairobi.
What?
Yes. Like the first time Molly was introduced, it used to be a blue pill.
Yeah. I'll be very honest.
Yes.
Me, drugs nimeona hii Kenya.
Yeah.
Ni pombe, sigara,
yes.
bangi. Like, unajua ile unaweza sema najua venye bangi
yenye umeona.
Ninajua venye sigara inakaa.
Yeah.
Ninajua venye pombe inakaa.
Yeah.
Hizo zingine nasikianga tu kwa news. Nasikianga sijui kuna politicians, drug barons, but if you put for me cocaine, I won't know it's cocaine. Because I don't know how it looks like, I don't know how it smells, I don't know, like I don't know how it tastes because I've never used it. Yeah.
So basically, these substances are very available to you. You just don't know where to find them.
Okay.
Yeah. So someone needs to introduce you to them so that utajua hii kitu inakuanga pali fulani. Yeah. Not even a plug. Basically, most people who I'd say in Kenya right now who end up finding these types of drugs, they find them by mistake. You get unaitwa bash. Umeitwa bash unaona kio inaiko kwa meza. Kidogo
powder kanamwagiliwa.
Powder, mtu ATM card shasha. Napitishwa. Kila mtu line moja moja. It always starts like a joke.
So, at what age were you introduced? Did you start with what? Cocaine?
No, it doesn't start that high up the chain. It starts with vitu za ujinga kama kuber.
Okay.
Then the kuber high just gets
kuberi
ya kawaida.
Ya mapandre wanaekanga huko kwa mdomo.
Exactly. And then shash. Kuna vitu.
Is kuber that bad?
Kuber is very bad. It's very addictive. So very, very addictive. And that now I'm talking now, that was after high school.
Is kuber illegal? Because I've tried
kuber. It is very illegal.
I thought I needed to, I'm a Catholic.
Yes.
I thought I needed to go and confess.
You should, because...
So you did kuber?
Yes.
Okay.
That was just after. I think all people in high school have tried a drug at some point.
I mean, I've done kuber.
Yes.
Yeah.
Now the thing is, there's a difference between shash na bangi. Bangi ni vitu za kichaka.
Okay, mimi najifanyanga niko street smart. Na shash ni imetoka Ethiopia?
I have no idea, but I just know when you smoke them, it's different. Right? So I graduated to that. Then just before campo, you know the way you just chill with your boys, where you grow up also really matters.
Yeah.
So my boys, as a form of fun, would get money and buy things to experiment with, right? So it moved beyond the normal alcohol to let's look for a new high. Yeah? So apparently when we were experimenting, looking for a new high, first time I tried coke was in a party, actually, just nyapa nyuma to somewhere around Dennis Street.
Yeah.
So I was a closet user for a really long time.
So this is because I'm still, because I don't know this part of Brian.
Yeah.
I swear, Brian, leo ndio nimejua ati ulitumia coke.
Okay, let me give you an example.
At one point in your life.
Let me give you an example how you would have known. There's a day we were with you at a pool at Royal City in Kisumu.
Yes. Pool party.
Yes.
We were just having fun.
I was not drinking. But I was way higher than you and you kept us.
You don't have those pictures?
You do?
I have.
Please delete them. Those are dark times.
So nisizieke kwa hiyo.
Hapana.
Nisionyeshe usika snippets.
Don't. Because I usually try to stay away from those memories as much as I can. That day, if you can remember clearly, you guys were having the time of your life, but I was not drinking with you guys.
Because it was me, you, Kerry Martin, and a host of other people I'm forgetting right now.
And I kept going up to the hotel room and coming back. So that I was on it. And most of the time before or after my show, before eating, I had to do a line or two. Now,
Kisumu ulitoa mapedi wapi, bro?
Let me tell you, like I'm telling you, if you want it even now, you don't even need to pick up a phone and call. Unapanda tu nduthi na unasimama pahali and they'll bring it to you.
These things we see them in movies.
It is readily available.
We see these things in movies.
I'm telling you, readily available. Another thing that you need to understand, you see a lot of speed bikes. I hope drug dealers won't kill me because this is what they do. All these speed bikes you see around. There's so many speed bikes.
Super bikes.
Yes. Yeah. That's how the deliveries are done.
Kama leo tulikuanga Jogo Road, Outer Ring Road.
Yeah.
Nilisikia tu kapikipiki.
That's how the deliveries are done. It takes less than 10 minutes because they know if they take long to get the product to you.
Yeah.
Someone else will take that business from
I'll
there.
find an alternative.
Exactly. So you'll stop using coke and look for the alternative drug, and you might end up getting addicted to that. So when you see a speed bike, not all speed bikes, but when you see a speed bike, it's on delivery.
You know, now I'll actually start looking at them.
Yeah, and just they stop randomly. They don't get into estates. They'll just stop, and you'll see them talk to someone like for a minute, and they're gone. And you know you don't pay cash there.
Yeah.
Because they know where you'll go. So they give you have your high. Wanaweza kupatia deni mpaka hata ya 3 million.
At deni ya 3 million?
Yes. See, when you think coke is sold to broke
mimi
people,
hata fuliza limit yangu basi hizi nibaia kitu.
How much do you think a gram of coke is worth?
I don't know.
If 5 years ago a gram of coke was 11,000 shillings, how much is it right now?
How big is a gram? Do you have anything? Is a gram like the size of this?
A gram is very small. It's very, very small. So you see, with time, you get used to that coke. But when there's no money to buy that coke, that's where the problems begin. Right? So my problems began when there was no money. So I got into debt. I conned half the world. You know, you need this thing.
But before tuingie kwa debt.
Yes.
So tukua Kisumu ulikuwa unatumia stuff.
Yes. Kwanza in Kisumu, it's way worse than Nairobi.
Kisumu, that was in 2014.
Yes. In fact, in Kisumu, it's not in its purest form, but you get something that can push you through.
Okay.
Yes.
So in Kisumu, it was just cocaine and...
It was coke. You know, addiction is a whole ball of nonsense, yeah?
Yeah.
It is the sex, it's the drugs, it's all this seduction of darkness things. So when you actually realize this is a bad place, it's way too late. And the funny thing about these things, when you're doing drugs, rich people don't have a problem with doing drugs. They can sustain themselves.
Yeah.
Wewe kijana wa mtaa unatumia madawa uende kukimbiza watu kwa soko, au wengine wanakimbizwa rehab.
Yeah.
Uko mtaani unatoa shati, you're shirtless, you're disturbing people, you're breaking windows and everything, but then taken all the way to rehab.
Yeah.
Right? When I found out, it was 6 years deep. The drug problem was so bad that now I was experiencing massive memory loss.
Yeah.
Even till now, there are memories I don't have.
But Brian, tulikuwa tunahang out, tulikuanga tu sawa.
Nilikuwa sawa juu nyinyi mlikuwa.
Nakumbuka tukienda Rorasho hiyo yako huko Isinya, ulikuwa tu fit.
Yes.
Tukajibamba.
Yes.
And that was way after Kisumu.
Yes.
Because I remember you came to my digs.
Yeah.
You picked me with your boys.
Yes.
We went, we did the thing.
Yes.
We came back.
Yeah.
But I ulikuwa tu sawa.
Okay.
Sikuona mahali umetumia. I remember during that Rorasho, you didn't even take a drink.
Yes.
You didn't even use a beer or a whiskey or a vodka, nothing.
But was I high?
I honestly can't remember.
I was. When I kept walking out, that's what I was doing.
Hata hapa kwa in-laws ulikuwa high?
Oh, badly. This thing it's chemical courage.
Yeah.
When you get used to it to a time that it takes over your personality.
Yeah.
And once it takes over your personality, movie, there's nothing you can do. Like for me, it reached a point mpaka unga ikikaa vibaya kwa keja naweza ivuta. Ndani ya mapua very fast.
Inakaa tu
ndio ilete tu ile feeling, unaona ile feeling you're getting. And then all these drugs have triggers.
Yeah.
Mtu wangu amezaliwa hapo, ile powder na watu hiyo kiwago hivi kabla wavae. Nikiona mazisi
ile baby powder. Ile inakuwa kwa diaper.
Bana, mpaka na salivate.
Yaani unaiona unaanza kupata taki.
Yes. So the thing is, even my wife didn't know I was on these things.
Because I was about to ask you that. Did your partner know this?
Closet substance abusers are the worst because when they crash hard. You'd rather know that ule mse utumia kitu fulani.
Yeah.
But you see, for me, I used to be paid, let's say, a salary like today. Tomorrow I don't even have a coin.
Bro, you used to make good money.
And I've not left the house. So ask me where that money... And I'm not a gambler.
You used to make good money.
Yes.
In one day.
Imagine coke can make you broke faster than the money came in. And it's not only coke. It's every kind of drug that you use.
Yeah.
Can do something to your finances that is crazy.
I want to talk about heroin.
Yes.
Did you use heroin?
Yes.
So how is heroin ingested?
You can
do you inject? Do you drink? Do you smoke?
I've seen people do all kinds of stuff. I've seen people inject their toes. I've seen people just rub it on their gums, inject. Unajua katikati hizi miguu za your toes.
Yeah, the big toe.
Now let me tell you the saddest story, man. How these guys get high. So there's a time hatuna do, yani ile mbaya, yani we are broke. So this guy was getting blood from in between his toes. The blood that, you know, like when blood goes down, he bado iko na ile high. Gets it and re-injects himself with his own blood.
So gets it from the toes.
Yes.
From in between the toes.
Yeah.
Then anaweka kwa mshipa hapa.
Yes. And he's high like, yani inaanza tena. Ilifika hapo ndo nikakaa chini nikasema brother.
Okay, unajua hii story unanishow inakaa fiction.
Aya. Movie. I'm telling you the truth.
Bro, nimekujua miaka mingi.
Bro, you didn't see me. There's a time you didn't see me for like 4-5 years.
Yeah, there's a time we lost touch.
Yes. I was in and out of rehab. Yani uko ndani, unatoka, ukitoka 1 month, relapse, narudi.
Ndani.
So my wife actually came home and told me, hey bro, mukirudi hii place, I'm done.
Yeah.
Because she was wondering, this guy, what is he using? Why is he mentally unstable?
Also, she noticed that before she noticed the substance abuse.
Yeah.
She noticed a personality problem.
Peculiar behavior.
Like?
Hey bro, nezenda kwa choo nyingine na nitoke bila kujipanguza. Na bila kuflash. Na ujue yeye ndo anaosha hizi nguo. Akia Mungu. Yeah. You know, you know,
I am so sorry to anyone who's struggling.
You forget your day-to-day things, yeah?
Unaenda choo unatoka
na unachapaka box huko ndani, so unavaa trao. Sasa wife akienda kuosha trao, kuna ka skid mark moja.
Skid mark.
You get what I'm saying?
It's a signature.
Haya. Matai mazee munchies inanishika. But yani what has been cooked in the house is something that you don't want to eat.
Okay.
So you probably leave the house, go nakuja, I buy a lot of food, I come home, I cook. I don't share with the kids.
Yeah.
I'm seeing these kids as a liability.
Like, give me an example. Like there's this day I went out nikanunua hii na hii nikakam.
Kwanza I remember it was you remember Space Lounge?
Yes.
Ngong
Road, yes.
They had an offer, buy 1 kg of mbuzi, get another one free. So on my way nilipitianga Space nikakunywa bia ngapi?
2.
Nikaenda kwa pedi wangu, I did 2 lines, nikufika home nikapata jua mpika ndengu. I was pissed. Katoka nikaenda nikabaya nyama choma hapo Space. Haya watu hiyo wamekaa pale, mimi nakula hapa, wanakaribia ta
unamchapa mkono.
Bana.
Uli mtoto wangu. Lakini usishike hii chakula yangu.
You're seeing, so you end up doing a lot of things that are not normal. And when people notice that you're doing those abnormal things, they don't tell you. Now they sit in corners. Kwanza, let me tell you something. Media in Kenya, there's nobody loyal. When the deep starts, they all run.
Okay.
Those guys cannot be your support system. Even right now, when I'm back into this whole space, I'm watching my steps very carefully.
Are you trying to say that your colleagues in the media industry, and now including myself,
yes,
didn't hold your hand the way you expected?
None. Even people I trained before that and other people. Because I realized Kenyans are depressed. Kila mtu ana shida zake. No one is going to come to save you. So for me, it was lucky that I was very afraid of my wife. Extremely afraid. And I was addicted to my kids. So losing them, I would have rather lost the addiction.
Yeah.
But not lose. Because even in that highness, in the hallucinations and everything, I just wanted to see them around that.
Yeah.
In the house and stuff like that.
Your dad and I were good friends. I still have your dad's number. Alichange number gani vile?
Hapana, ni ile.
Budako alikuwa ananipigia simu tunachapa story, mimi nampigia simu tunachapa story.
Si alikuwa anashindwa kukuambia best yako ana cheese.
At no point did he tell me.
Alikuwa ameshindwa kukuambia best yako ana cheese. Yaani he didn't know where to start that conversation.
At no point, I actually used to call him dad. At no point did dad tell me that, wait, Brian is losing it, man.
Because he was expecting someone to tell him what I was on.
And you see me, I didn't know.
Yes.
I'm sure anashanganga pia huyu ni rafiki wena gani.
Yes.
Wa kijana yangu mwenye.
Movie, there were signs.
Yeah.
You just didn't notice the signs. You remember you used to ask me, mbona hii gari yako inakuanga chafu hivi? Wewe ushaona gari na karibu hata 6 months haijaguzwa na maji.
Kuna time hii grill ya mbele pia
ikaibiwa.
Ilikuwa inaenda wapi hiyo grill?
Sijui bana. You're seeing it was a lot of yeah. So my wife started telling me, "Hey, you're going to tell me the truth. I'm bouncing."
Okay.
So now after I went back to Kisumu, it was the second time.
Yeah, because I remember I left Urban Radio, and you also left around the same time, after a few maybe months.
Yeah.
And then you came, we worked together at 1FM. And again, mi sikuwa na shida yote, Brayo uko na kam, tuna prep show, tunachapa show, na life ina move on.
Buvi, most people on drugs who know how to, it's like, have you ever met alcoholics who attack you amewaka aje? He's the same guy. Same thing with the drugs.
Kuna yako lakini sitaki kummention hapa.
So, I was going somewhere with this.
Oh my goodness.
I was going somewhere with this story.
Yeah.
So I went to pick cotton for Beno Gombe.
Yeah.
Can I say his name?
Yeah, he's our former boss.
Oh.
He's been your boss, I think, 3 times.
3 times. I went to pick cotton for him. Picking cotton, I mean slavery.
Okay.
For him in Urban Radio again. So now, you're working, you're going through hell, there is no support system, the pressure is too hard. You know what was happening there, we don't need to talk about it. Yeah. I have my family there, I have rent to pay and all these things, but I don't have a mean and ways to do that. So the little money I used to get, I used to want to get high to forget these problems.
So you'd get your salo, unaona?
Si wife anajua kuna pesa unalipo huko. So ile kidogo napata, it used to be a place in Milimani, there a house.
Yeah.
Check there a house. Check. Bigger lines your sawa. You know, coke, you OD, you don't black out.
Yeah.
You don't
overdose.
Si kama pombe tutalala dakika 2 uamke utapike uamke wewe. You OD, you die.
Yeah.
So you need to know your limit. So I used to get to my limit. When my limit is there, now you have courage even to talk about some things. So I used to go, one day mazee zimeni show. I get to my gate at Ruby Court. Mazee kuna ngombe ingine iko na pembe. So I'm afraid of getting to my gate. So I keep telling the ochi, mnacheki ile ngombe? We ngombe gani bana? Hai ngombe mazee.
Was it a real cow? You were hallucinating.
There was no cow.
Una hallucinate.
Pembe, and then mazee, it was breathing much given zile bulls. So these days when I think about it, I watched a movie that was like that, and that image
was in your head.
So now I'm seeing this image at the gate. So this bull is there every time nakaribia hii gate inakam. So now my wife has to come out. Nasikia hii aibu 2 a.m. in the morning. Maocha za umse amechizi hapa nje. Acha wewe kuja, hebu jaribu kumuingiza kwa keja. Anakuja ananiambia nini? Hebu tuingie hapa kwa hao. Na nikienda na hii ngombe tu inaniangalia na tunaingia. You get it? You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So fast forward to COVID time. No, COVID was hard for drug abusers, yeah?
Yeah, because...
No, let me not call ourselves. Not themselves, ourselves. Drug abusers, substance abusers. It was very hard because getting this product was impossible.
Yeah. Lockdown proper.
Hey, bro, me, I even tried taking alcohol with the nose, man. During COVID. Hey!
So you can get the same high from...
Na ipatikani. So now the drinking during COVID even gave me a lot of health issues. Right? So these health issues became so bad that I was hospitalized, I think, once for 2 weeks, back to back. Hapa chini ya Silver Spring.
Now this is because of the alcohol
because of
intake.
With the alcohol intake and then withdrawal.
Okay.
You know, withdrawal of any kind of drug also has hallucinations. Movie, have you ever sat in your living room and seen things you're not supposed to see?
No, never. Never.
Have you heard of drugs that are psychedelics?
Yes.
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 That you measure
Mushrooms and
yes.
and other
that
like
show
the
you,
mollies.
yeah, where colors look good, texture feels good, stuff like that. There is a time now.
They're sensational.
There is a time now we couldn't find coke. Hii nimetoka Kisumu nimerudi. Sasa kitu inapatikana ni hizo mamoli and stuff. I've even done codeine.
Codeine, yeah.
Yeah. Bana, Nairobi people you need to check on your kids.
Yeah.
It's that camera. Check on your kids.
Yeah.
Because these kids are on things that they don't have a smell. They don't have
By a smell you mean that I can't tell, like the way I can tell umevuta bangi.
Like if I did cocaine 20 minutes ago, how would you know?
I would, maybe your nose would be powdery.
Those are movies, man. Those are movies. You won't know.
Okay.
That's the first thing. When I ingest a pill, I was telling you the other day, these days I saw another one. Iko na sign ya Mitsubishi. How wewe utameza pili iko na sign ya Mitsubishi aje? Wewe utaimeza aje? Wewe utameza aje kitu kama hiyo? Na unaona tu poa yani umeza.
So hii pili iko na Mitsubishi ni molly.
Now me I don't know what those things are. I've never tried them. I saw some kids where I live with some of them. Because these kids grew up seeing me. Because I still live in the same place. So they assumed I'm also still on this tip. They're not the kids per se. Ni Gen Z watu 26, 27.
Right.
Hey, mazi walitoa hiyo kitu nikauliza Mitsubishi. Haiwezi. Because I was wondering now, hii kitu utageuka gari ama ni? What's going to happen? You're getting? And then people think there's one type of molly. Molly has thousands of colors. They come in different colors.
Right.
You're getting? So, Mbuvi, me all I can tell you, anybody who's going through substance addiction,
right,
anybody who's still an alcoholic in recovery, it can be done.
We'll get to the recovery part of it.
Yeah.
You've mentioned, there's something you've said, you're saying that ulikuwa unatumia and then wasea wajui, hata wazaea wajui. You know, your wife had absolutely no idea.
Yeah.
Was there a point you would be sober and be like, hey, I don't want to do that thing again?
Bro, let me tell you, I know this, I'm going to get a lot of backlash. Cocaine is a hell of a drug. If you have money, it's a hell of a drug. Let me not even lie to you. Rich people can afford that lifestyle. Bro, easy vitu. Cocaine is a hell of a drug, bro.
Yeah. Like it gives you a good high.
What are you saying? A good high. That thing is better than anything you've ever experienced.
Okay.
But it's bad. You get what I'm saying? It gives you mind potential that you didn't know your mind has. You get what I'm saying? You can't even... Unaona venye mtu wa jaba na building castles. Mtu wa cocaine buda anaweza kucholia chemical formula ya nuclear bomb na haijui. Yes.
Stories za jaba za cocaine ziko on another level.
Wow. Let me tell you, it is, yani, even the way you experience the world is crazy. But it kills you faster than anything you've ever ingested.
Okay.
Anything you've put in your body, it kills you faster. Like for me, my memories come in blocks. I'll remember movie because I've worked in movie a lot.
Over a period of time.
Yeah. Wale mademu nilikuwa napita na wale zile one touch zile, I can't remember any of them. I'm sure I have children out here.
Yeah?
I'm sure I can't lie. They just haven't approached. I have a budget for those children.
Pesa kando.
Because I know they are there. I just can't remember with who or where.
Okay.
You're getting what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because it was, you know, drugs ukam na usherati mob. Inakujanga na taka mingi. It comes with a lot of debt, like I was telling you. Ukikosa, you will go through anything.
Be honest about something. There are times you'd call me and borrow money.
Yeah.
Were those the times that you were getting properly high?
If I get 1,000 from Bovi, I get 1,000 from him, 1,000 from him. 11 guys give me a K.
That's 11 G's.
That's a gram. 2 lines. It has made my day. You get what I'm saying? It has made my day.
Because there are times you'd call me like at 2 a.m.
Exactly.
And borrow money, I'm like, what are you doing at 2 a.m.?
And I'm not in the house. And I'm not in a bar.
Ungengojea asubuhi like 6-7 unipige simu na Benedi movie.
You know,
nisikumie do like at 2 a.m. unaitisha pesa ya kwenda.
Movie, when you're on drugs, you don't have boundaries. Boundaries out the window.
And you used to sound so sober. Like you'd call me vizuri, hey, Nedi movie. Hey, cheki, sunisukumie tao. And I'm like, you sound so genuine.
That's the thing.
It's at 2 a.m.
I'm one of those.
Sometimes you'd call me like at 4 a.m.
I'm one of those peculiar people who, high or not, I'll still sound the same. But if you looked at me, have you watched Friday?
Yes.
I would ask you. You know who Smokey is?
Yes.
Mimi nilikuwa nafika hiyo point.
Unaanza kufidget.
Ai buda masikia manini, madavs. Zinapita. Nastuka.
Apart from the cow, the doves, like, what are some of the crazy hallucinations
if
you had?
If I told you mtanifukuza hapa.
Tuambie tu.
I've seen the devil.
Shetani.
I swear to God.
Lucifer.
I swear to God.
Do you think you hallucinated him, or you saw that guy? You saw that guy for real?
Okay, it was a hallucination, lakini that guy must look like that.
Can you give us a brief description?
Om says like 9 feet tall.
Yeah.
It's not red. He's black like us. Like,
yeah.
He's human.
Like he's an African.
Yeah. He's an African. Tall as hell. Different kinds of faces. Horns and everything. Then he doesn't sound the way you'd think he sounds. He sounds very good. He has a very good voice. Even his speaking voice is amazing. That's how deep drugs take you. So these days is when I go like, it's not normal. No one has seen this guy.
Yeah. How often would you use cocaine? Was it like a daily? Was it a weekly?
When the money was there, it was daily. Yeah, because there's a time I was earning some crazy amount. I think I was high like for 2 months straight. Right? Then it also gets to a point that you can choose between crack and cocaine. Crack is the cheaper version of, but it kills you faster as well.
Yeah. Brao ulikuwa na drive. Mimi umenibeba mara ngapi ukiwa high Brao?
Mara mingi sana. You put your life at risk in my hands. You need to thank God. Do you pray?
Yeah.
Start praying now because I would have killed you. How many times did you ever hear Brian Pat accident?
Never.
But they were there. Kuna gari yangu bado iko hapa traffic. A blue Subaru. I don't know if you remember it.
The blue Subaru.
Inakuanga hapo kwanza kuna time walitoa huko ndani. Wakaitumia kama ile example ya don't drink and drive. Alafu
zile zinaekangwa jioni.
You get, it was bad. I feel very guilty because there are so many people around me that I put their lives at risk, including my wife, including my kids. And it's the worst thing that should happen to anyone.
Is there something you did during that period that you regret?
Oh, yeah.
Apart from the accident, I mean, that's regrettable for sure.
Yeah.
The whole maybe you were not there for your kids when they wanted you.
Yeah.
Regrettable for sure.
Yeah.
But is there like something unasema, God damn?
Yeah, of course, a lot. Now there are some probably 1 or 2 women out there who are struggling with a child that we should have been helping.
Yeah.
My wife should have been there for her from the beginning. Yani she was running a family as a man. You know, sometimes I don't even remember the kids, where I got these kids from. You know, and there's a stranger in your house with diapers. Na analia. Unashanga, umse anatoka wapi? Kuna mtu analia huko mtu wa nani? You're getting things like those.
Yeah.
I regret a lot. I actually have been mending my fences for the last now 3.5 years.
Yeah.
I call my old buddies. I'm like, dude, I know I did this. Forgive me. You know?
Yeah.
I call my even ex-girlfriends. Hey, yo, I know I did this to you.
You're seeking forgiveness.
Pole, man. Unaget?
Yeah.
Because it was not my wish. The substance got to me and it got to me badly. You're getting? And there's so many people I met in rehab who have stories. Mine kumbe was a tip of the iceberg. There are guys who have stories out here. If they sat you down and told you the story of what drugs did to me, you would not believe.
What drugs did to you or what drugs did to them? Okay.
Yeah. Because I thought mine was bad until I met people who were telling, hey, bro, I jumped from 3rd floor and I survived. Za kustuka mse ni nini bana. I met guys who are saying that they've tried the thing where they put blood like in a glass, like you drain your own blood, you let it settle in a way. So there's something about density. The drugs go to somewhere on your blood where the water is less. Then they need that thing.
Yeah.
Then they re-inject.
So they drain their blood.
You know, when
they harvest the blood.
When they get high right now, see, they're still high. They remove that blood and keep it for later.
So that they can re-inject.
They can re-inject.
Si chakula hiyo kitu.
Mimi nakwambia watu hapa hivi mazee, people are crazy. Movie mine was bad until unajua ile family members walikuwa wananiangalia kama chokosh. Yangu ilifika hapo.
Yeah.
Now family members, let me even tell you today. Muendelee kuniona kama chokosh. I'm not going to come back. Because you're the people who should have, not my immediate family, cousins, nini.
Extended
family. My family, my close family was there for me.
Yeah.
But the extended family were the people in the corners that I was telling you about. None of them came and said, yo, we need to get you some help. They sat in corners laughing and what, but they didn't know the struggle with addiction. It's not like a simple struggle that you just sail through.
So at what point did you go to rehab? Did you take yourself to rehab? Were you taken to rehab by force?
No, I took myself. I took myself.
So you just woke up
one
day?
No, there was a situation that I had to take myself to rehab.
Tuambie your situation.
Bro, I was in the house. I'm sure even you met me at some point. Or you did, okay, I don't know. I was eating raw food. Kuna time tu akili yangu ilikuwa naambia dishi imepikwa ni disgusting. So maskuma manini naitaka iko it's raw. It felt good in my mouth. Then now I became hostile to my kids. Extremely hostile.
Yeah.
Ile wachaneni na mimi mnanisumbua type of stuff. So my wife told me, yo, I'm leaving. Enough is enough. I'm going. My folks on this other side, bro, utatafuta pali ya kuishi juu tumejaribu kukusaidia usaidiki. So now it would have meant no home, no wife. You get it? So, let's talk about Sugar Mommy. I know you know who it is.
Yes.
We are not mentioning any names.
Ninajua huyo.
Yes. I read there.
Ni ule wa BMW?
Oh, of course.
See, me, I know your people.
She was facilitating the lifestyle.
The drug part of your life. Yeah.
So I've left my wife, told my folks, you can go to hell, went to that cougar's place. Now this cougar was the mother of giving me those things.
I remember there's a time hata mlikuja Mlolongo, tuka party.
Mbaya.
Tulipati almost mpaka asubuhi.
Crazy. So her, she was also using.
Aje, hizi vitu zilinipita aje.
You're getting. So huku kukinuka naenda pali stock iko mingi.
Hizi vitu zilinipita aje.
Me, I am telling you, movie, I meet anyone on drugs these days, I just tell them, bro, stop. Because unajua madawa inakuja na mashetani zingine zote.
Na kuna swali nataka nitakuuliza tu ya mashetani. So you went to rehab.
Yes.
You spent how long in rehab?
I did blocks of 3 months like for 2 years.
In and out.
Zingine nilienda ingine pale ingine inaitwa Sumbi hapa Karen. 2 days nilichoka bro.
I think najua hiyo Sumbi.
2 days niliruka fence nikasema haiwezi.
Kuna usosemanga rehab saa zingine
me, I had to run away from that place. Yeah, Sumbi, I'm sorry. This dude just came naked to my bed in the middle of the night. Niko na dhudha itakulwa.
This was your fellow patient?
Yes. And you know he's not in goods.
Alikuja akiwa ndege.
The next day in the morning, niliona ile gate, ile naruka. Shwa, and I left.
That guy is homophobic. So uliona manze umseta ni dish.
Bro, shayona your duda is in danger. I had to leave.
So would you say that rehab helped you? Rehab is a waste of time.
Bro, rehab did the best thing it's the best decision I ever made in this life. Best decision. Like it's a place called Raphaelites.
Yeah.
And it's funny, my counselor was called Raphael.
Okay.
That
was
guy
he the one of the place?
No. He actually just works there.
Okay.
So Raphael sat me down and told me, hey, you've messed a lot of people up. You need to be remorseful about this stuff. as you fix yourself, you need to fix relationships. You don't need to prove a point, but you need to mend things that you broke. Because nobody else broke these things, it's you. You have to take liability of some things. Right. So he told me, you know this. You live here and go back to any type of drug, you're losing your family, you're losing your friends, you're losing your sanity. You need to get out here and
do better.
Yeah. So one day my bro comes to the rehab there. My bro is a bit younger than I am.
The bro I met, tukifanya, okay.
So I bro, acha ujinga. Stop being stupid. There is a lot of money to be made here, and you can enjoy life as the way you want. Movie, not that I don't drink. I choose when to drink.
Okay.
Right? It's just the decisions that you make between now and then that makes the difference.
Okay.
Right? And like I told you, I am very happy that I fixed myself because opportunities now are laying themselves at my doorstep. Some people are going like, hey, we used to listen to you on radio, but see, you're a crackhead. Wewe imagine say, Zara kupigia simu kwa hivyo.
Wewe ni crackhead.
Buda, tulikuwa nakusikia lakini bado uko madawa ni. You're getting. So there's a perception about my name. Then also do you have debts where you have conned who were cause of drugs. You're getting. But Kenyans would never understand that. Even your closest relatives will never understand that drugs made you do this.
There's a part where people are saying that because umesema, drugs in story na pesa, a lot of, usherati, sex, and then kuna the spiritual part of it.
Yeah.
Do you feel or do you think that there was, because watu wengi usemanga ati maybe Brian alirushwa mashetani, Brian alirogwa. Do you think that maybe there's some truth to it?
That is nonsense movie. Nobody urogwa anaenda kwa madawa. It is a choice. You choose to or not to.
Kwetu watu wanasemanga hata ukivuta bangi umerushwa mashetani.
Movie, me, I'm telling you, there's nobody who makes that choice for you. You're the one who makes your own choice. Right? Like for me right now, if you call me for a beer, I will choose whether to drink the beer or not. It is just something that you need to have inside you. Kama sayu ukiniambia niaje hebu tuende hivi there's a cigarette, I won't follow you because I stopped smoking. Do you know how hard it is to stop smoking?
I know because I quit.
Karibu Kenya, man. Asante. You're getting?
Asante sana.
You see, it is all about you deciding when and where do these things come in play.
So uliletwa watu wa kuombe ukapelekwa kwa kanisa?
Mimi nilipelekwa mpaka place nyingine nikachanjwa. Hebu kuja kuonesha.
Atukachanjwa?
Come check his stuff. Are you seeing? Yeah. And here.
Yeah, what was that?
See, they take you to a mchawi to do some things. Mganga or mchawi.
Nali ni mganga. Mchawi ni ule wa kufanya mabaya.
Bro, I tried everything baga kwenda.
Ulipelekwa kwa mganga?
Yes.
Nali
this is evidence.
Nali kupeleka.
Na siwezi sema. Nimepelekwa mpaka kwa Pastor Ezekiel. Wewe huko Kilifi.
Coast uombewe.
Bro bana.
Ndio mashetani zikutoke.
Unajua pali Jiam iko?
Jiam Jesus is Alive Ministries. Hail Selassie. Hapa tao.
Sinajua Hail Selassie. Nimeenda mpaka neno evangelism bro.
Kwa Pastor Nganga.
Gita inapigwa kupigwa.
Na matuta.
I'm telling you.
Ukatukanwa.
I tried every single thing but the answer was with me.
Is Pastor Nganga sane by the?
I don't know because I didn't meet him. I was prayed for by another pastor.
Uliombewa ndio mashetani zikutoke.
Kumbe si pepo. It is just how you make your decisions.
Okay.
As men, we are wired differently. We are not like women. You have to have something that you love. Doing apart from your woman, apart from your wife. Like, men are beings they can't be alone. You can't walk alone as a man. You always have to be in packs so that you talk about these things. Imagine if back in the day I would have told you, Mazembuvi, I'm on drugs.
I wouldn't have abandoned you.
It would have saved me the rest of the...
I would have found a way to... Even if I would have to talk to your parents, we see how we can take you to rehab.
You see?
Maybe ningekupeleka uombewe.
Singekubali. Because nimeombewa.
I'm a Catholic. Yes. And we're also spiritual.
Yeah.
Ningekupeleka uombewe.
Did you know Catholic churches, all these churches you see have exorcists?
Yeah. Nimesema ningekupeleka umwagiliwe
holy water.
Anointing oil. Holy water zote. Uombewe mpaka
devo kutoke. Unaweza enda hizo place zote and you'll still not get help. Help starts with you. Accept there's a problem.
Yeah.
Every action has a reaction. Like, do the action of accepting. Accept. Niko na shida ya madawa. Go. Get help. You will get help. Some of these rehabs out here, some of them in Kenya are just there to make money from you. Don't help you. Go to a rehab where you've seen someone has gotten results. Right? Like me at Rafalites, I got results. Proper results.
Okay.
Because maze walinirusha kwanza depend na machizi fulani and put us in one room. So I saw people who are way worse than I was recover and become better than I was. You get it?
So that encouraged you.
It encouraged me, and then also family support. My mom, my dad, my sisters, my brother used to come. Like every week there was someone coming to check on me. Wananisho, bro, you know, when you're a very talented human, wananikumbusha, hey, you're smart, you're this, you're that. But all this time I was there, no friend came to visit. I don't believe in friends.
You're making me feel bad now.
You have to feel bad. Why didn't you come and visit?
But I didn't know you were in rehab.
Exactly. Some friends stopped picking my calls back in the day. Guess what? When other people used to meet me and I was clean and I was running my business, the advertising agency was doing well, they used to ask me, who employed you? And I'm like, no, I own it. I ran it with my brother.
Yeah.
And they're shocked. How is this psychopath?
Who's drug
addict.
Able to do all this.
Fornicator. They give you big names.
Serial fornicator.
Yes.
Wewe ni serial.
Huyu hawezi bana. Ba tu ndio anajua. So that's the story. You wanted the story? That's the story.
I don't even think this would have, had we sat at Ikando tu kama boys tuwe kunywa soda hata sidhani ingetoka venye imetoka.
Yeah.
All right, so in conclusion, as we say kwaheri to this conversation.
Yeah.
If you were to go back in time
Yeah.
to that first time you had your first drug.
Yeah.
I don't know for you where you consider
The
your
first
first
time.
drug.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's the cocaine,
Yeah.
the alcohol,
Yeah.
the cigar or
Yeah.
the bangi. But if you were to go back in time,
The first time.
what would you do differently?
I would have done what every other person my age was doing. Looking for girls to break their virginities.
Yeah.
Not drugs. Because me, I broke my virginity at 24. So I would have started with girls. Probably things would have turned out different.
I'll call you back again. We now talk about your sex life.
Yes.
Because looks like it's an adventure.
Yeah. Crazy adventure.
But thank you so much for coming through.
Asante sana.
And thank you for being bold to talk about these things.
It's a pleasure.
A lot of people wouldn't do this because of their employment, because of their businesses, because of their parents.
Yeah.
But you choose to be different from all that. So thank you so much.
Yeah.
In conclusion, what are we expecting from Brian going forward? Now you work at Spice FM.
Yeah.
Tunangoja kuona nini?
Bro, the people who thought that we are down and out,
Yeah.
hizi mamshara mmekuwa mkisoma za kina, sijui Maina makes how much? I don't want to be there.
Yeah.
I want to change a life. It's not about the money anymore. It's about what impact are you going to leave behind for the guys who are following you.
Yeah.
Money, we're already making money in some other ways.
Right.
My radio journey is actually to change a life,
Okay.
to excite. There's more to living about everything.
Right.
Everything meaning you can be different and also weird but cool.
Okay.
You don't have to use drugs. So it's not about the money right now. It's not about, what can I say? It's not about the fame. Fame, we already got fame.
Yeah.
Na saije kuna jenzi ananijua hakuna. Watu wananijua ni wazee kama wewe.
Misi mzee sana.
So for me it's an impact. Okay. And there's so many of my friends who are still stuck in that circles. We are fighting to get them out of this, me and a few friends.
Yeah.
There's a guy you should follow. It's called Dan Orenge.
I know Dan. I've hosted him on K24.
You know Dan?
Yeah. He's going to come to this show.
Dan's story is something.
It's amazing, yeah.
It's something.
I know because he gave me like an entire prologue. So I know where Dan has been.
So D-Man is actually, we talk. He's actually my brother-in-law.
Yeah.
So we talk a lot and he tells me, bro, unaweza cheza hii kitu hivi, unaweza cheza hii kitu hivi. And right now, what I just want to say is, if you're experiencing addiction right now, substance abuse, you're trying to get out, just wake up. Don't postpone it to kesho. Ati nitakunywa leo, kesho niende rehab. Hakunanga kitu ka hiyo. If it's hard drugs, bro, it will either kill you or you're done.
Okay.
Yeah.
So if someone is going through this, they need to seek help now.
Seek help. Just go on my Instagram, go on my Facebook, send me a message. We can always chat. I'm not going to charge you for any consultation fees. I won't ask for any money from you. I will just talk and make sure.
You want to see them better?
I just want to see better.
Okay.
Because imagine if I was never on drugs. Where would my career be right now?
Let's not talk about it. Let's work towards the future.
Exactly.
Do you know how much Maina Kageni makes?
No, I don't.
I'll tell you after this. Thank you so much for coming through, guys. Make sure you like and subscribe. That is something I've been forgetting to tell you guys. So tafadhali, please, that's the way you can support this channel. Like, subscribe, share it to your friends, and especially an episode like this one. If you have a relative, a friend, a partner who's struggling with substance abuse, please, usinyamaze, usikae kimya. Ni vizuri kimpeleka hospitali, ni vizuri kimpeleka kanisa ombewe, but there are other proactive activities you can actually do to ensure that this particular individual or individuals get better. That's why we come to a close as far as this episode is concerned. Thank you so much to MGM Muthu Hotels. That is Silver Springs, where we are right now. But watembele, kuna Sovereign Suits, kuna Lake Naivasha, kuna mpaka Masai Mara, Kikorok Lodge, huko tafadhali. Visit them and tell them Mung'ala Movie has sent you, because you will definitely get some good discounts as far as that is concerned. But for today, tunasema asante sana, kwaheri, and of course to my buddies, Roll and Take. If you would like to get in touch with them, if you'd like to have your podcast, if you'd like to have your talk show like this one, if you'd like to, for them to just come and have photography for your event, whether it's a birthday, whether it's a conference for corporate bodies, tafadhali, reach out to them, because sharing is caring. Until next time, hasta la vista, baby.